What's up, guys? Yet another video. Let's go and have some lunch right now, but I felt moved to be talking about this certain topic because I was actually on YouTube and I was like seeing this development in Parliament happening, and it just got me thinking, man, like, what is happening in Parliament, guys? I mean, I'm seeing big fight in capital letters even. So it's very weird because the focus now in Parliament, the way I see it, this is my personal opinion, it feels very entertainment orientated these days. It's very headline based. So I think there's less purpose and more entertainment in Parliament. It's kind of weird. It's kind of scary sometimes as well. It's like, well, these are the people who are leading us in this country. We have a democracy that we have in this country, and we have different parties that voice their opinions. And what you see in Parliament is just a constant battle arena of all of these parties throwing words and now throwing jabs at each other. You know, we've seen fights before, and now there's a fight again with EFF and the DA, and people are throwing fists, and it's like, it feels like I'm watching a classroom in primary school. That's deep. And you get the teacher who's like the chairperson. No, sit down. No. Don't do that. Hey, like, these people are grown men. Like, sometimes I literally forget that actually these are grown people. Like, these are adults. These are fathers, mothers, actually, aunts, uncles. You know, in the black community, that's how we see everybody. Like, everybody's our father and uncle and sister and brother and mother. So when you see your parents basically like acting like that, it gets you thinking, you know. And also, it's like, as a kid yourself, how do you approach life now if these are your leaders and these are your the people you're supposed to be looking up to, basically, and the people who are supposed to teach you, the people who are supposed to actually mold you into something better, you know, who are supposed to give you wisdom about life in general. If you see them acting the fool and acting like you were in primary school, it's like, it's weird. Yeah, but anyways, it was funny, man. And also the whole situation. What? I love South Africa, man. This is my country. Either way, man, we're messed up. I know, you know, we're messed up, but I still love this country. I don't know what the future holds. That's the thing. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what the next generation is gonna bring, you know. I mean, every generation has a history. Every generation has something that can be noted in history books. Because I used to do history, right, in primary school, and I mean in primary high school, but in high school I chose it as a subject. And I see, like, in different generations, there's always an event, you know, either World War I or World War II, or, you know, the Great Depression, or, you know, the whatever's going on, apartheid, so on and so on. So I used to have this question, like, our generation, what are we dealing with? What is our, you know, thing? Especially now we have the rise of technology and all of that. So I think there's a lot being self-documented. I think our generation has a more transparency, because there's nobody who's literally writing your history, but you're writing your own history. Everyone's writing their own history. You know, we all have access to phones, we all have access to the internet. So our kids can look back and see what generation we're in and what was actually happening and how people were actually thinking. But I say that, I digress, but I say that because I'm like, what is next? What are the next leaders for us? What are our leaders right now leaving behind for our generation of leaders? Because if it's like this right now, I don't know what it's going to be like in future, because, like I said, parents lead by example, and we follow the example of our parents. So if the parents right now are doing what they're doing, it's like, It's crazy. But anyways, also it's like weird that they don't talk more about issues anymore and the economic stuff, how the country's going, where it's going, the important things. I think the most important thing now is the big fight, clash of Julius and Banban. There's always a certain headline of something, Banban shows his things on the internet and this and that. And I feel like I've been mostly entertained by politicians this past month, and probably even this past year actually. I've been entertained by politicians, and it's so weird because the politicians, they're supposed to have a certain aura, a certain image that they're supposed to have, but instead they are like our comedians. Trevor Noah even once said it, like he gets a lot of his material from politics. When Jacob Zuma was still our president, you saw how that went. So there's just been a lot going on, and I always have the feeling that everything is just a distraction. Like everything that's going on feels like a distraction. I don't know. For me, it's like I can't really see what's really happening behind the scenes anymore. Things are kind of lost in line, are kind of blurred. Lines are blurred. Things are lost in translation, and we are very focused on the entertainment rather than being focused on the economy, rather being focused on the health of the nation. And it's like, what are we really being shown right now? And does this actually matter? I mean, we have entertainment everywhere. Why do we need politicians to be entertaining? They're politicians, but man, I won't lie, they're very entertaining though. I think because they're politicians as well, it just makes it that much more, it has more of a to it. I don't know. Yeah, but otherwise, guys, let's talk about it. Leave your comments below. Tell me what you guys think about this whole thing, about the parliament, in South Africa, and our politicians. And, if you guys have any word of wisdom, I'd like to know, what's going on, what does the future hold for us, and does this even make sense right now? And why do you think this is happening? Do you think it's a show? Do you think it's something that is now a plan of action, or is it something that's genuine? Is it something that, okay, these guys really don't like each other? I don't know, guys. I mean, I work in the entertainment industry, and things can be made to look real when they're not. So for me, I have trust issues when it comes to anything on screen. If it's constantly being done, like it's constant, I get a little suspicious. I'm like, okay, guys, why are we always fighting in this parliament? Why do we always have problems? Why do we always have drama? Why is there always drama? Why can't we have like a normal time, where the president just says what he gotta say without anybody? Point of order, Banbani, and then they make jokes as well. Like, it's a classroom, guys. Woo! Yeah, man, that's South Africa for you. South Africa, there's a lot of stuff going on in South Africa. But yeah, guys, anyways, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go have my lunch. So yeah, let's hear what you guys think about all of this stuff. I just find it ridiculous. So I don't even follow politics much, but it's like, it's hard to ignore when you see these titles on YouTube. It's like clickbait. So it's like, I gotta see this, and that's how I actually get updated. So maybe it's a good strategy to get our attention as young people, who knows. But I just got over it because I don't see any substance. I get more substance from hip-hop than I do in parliament. Like in the actuality, like this. People I listen to, I get a lot more content from, and a lot more political views and all of that stuff, social views, social commentaries, than actual politicians. I feel like politicians are just like different gangs trying to fight for power. And once they get their power, they get to eat for a certain time. And while they're eating, they need to take full advantage of that. And that's why corruption arises. So I don't think there's actually a care for the nation. I think everybody in the country is on their own. I think you make your own ish happen, because if you're in the government's trying to make their own ish happen. So everybody just is an individual. So it's like companies, man. In politics, every party is a company and they all competition to each other. We don't matter. We only matter when it's for the purpose of getting our votes and for the purpose of getting our support, because that's how they win the game. So they have to make us happy. They have to show us or convince us that they're gonna make us happy and make our lives better. But in reality, it doesn't really happen. So, and we can't even say that no, it's out of their hands. It is in their hands, because that's why is a corruption. You can stop the corruption and actually make this happen. If you buy yourself a 12 million rand house, then you can't say you don't have the money to do ABC. You know what I mean? So I think the priorities are not straight, and that is why I say, like, it's all up to the person, man. You know, the government will only do a little bit, but they can talk, but they're not gonna really sacrifice their life for you. We've seen that as a bunch of bull. So I'm gonna go eat now. So tell me what you guys think.
Stick up, chisa, chisa in my leg. It was side, boogie, pull up.